Hello and welcome to the Blackout Podcast, where I get to talk to amazing people who do amazing things. And today I have model, actor, banker, Joel. Well, thanks for coming to the podcast today.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So, which one actually first? You're Nigerian. Let's start from the origin, right? When did you move to Canada? What was the reason behind the move?
Okay, so I moved to Canada 2021 during that COVID period.
Right.
Yeah, I moved in Canada at that time. That was around April.
How was that experience of moving during COVID?
It's a long story, but I'll just try and give you a summary of it. It was very bumpy ride because of the COVID restrictions and Jade just introduced saying that you can have both parties landing at the same time. One of the primary applicant must land first before you can land again. And
Oh, that was the thing.
that was the time.
You can't just come as a family.
You can't come as a family. You have to stay in different hotels. You have to stay in Toronto first and spend like 3 to 4 days. And
Holy
make sure you
shit.
get tested. God help you. You're positive. You're going to skip. So if you're positive, you're going to pay out of pocket for the remaining. You're going to pay out of pocket definitely, but
Right.
for any time you're positive again, you're going to spend an extra day again to stay quarantine yourself on your own cost.
Holy smokes.
Then you now have to
Wait, that first 4 days is still out of pocket too.
Yes, it's out of pocket. So you just have to make sure that whatever is happening on the flight for you coming, you're just trying to mind your business.
Don't talk to
Don't
me.
talk to me. Try as much as possible to be in your face mask for every little thing, down
Right.
to you're sleeping, even if it becomes very uncomfortable using the face mask sometimes. So, and at that point, you just have to pray and hope that you don't get affected or you don't have COVID during that period because it's very, very uncomfortable. Plus, you have to now speak to a doctor that you're going to be on a waiting list.
Oh my
So you have to
gosh.
conduct the test looking at someone like via a video conferencing system.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the person will say, tear this out, put this in your nose.
Right.
The person is seeing the test confirmation there. And then I'll tell you, take it, seal it, put it in the fridge. Somebody will come the next day to pick it up.
What?
So
Oh my gosh.
I think coming into Canada at that time,
Wow.
that first 1 month
Right.
was not comfortable.
So, you spent did you, how long before you actually got to Nova Scotia from?
So when I did the 3 days, yes. And now did my test.
And you don't leave the hotel room, right?
You don't leave the hotel room. You don't even go down to the lobby. So like literally just going to be in the rooms.
That's like imprisonment.
Yeah, somebody just knocks on the door. Your food is on the floor there. You just drag it straight inside. You will literally eat the hotel food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh my
I
gosh.
literally had to call someone that I've not met before, through a friend, to just tell the guy to order something different apart from the regular food. So that one just sent Uber Eats down in Toronto for me. Came to meet me at the hotel. That was a 4-point Sheraton there.
Yeah.
And I had something different. So you just keep staring out of the window, just keep seeing everything. I'm like, oh, when will this end? So I really understand what that process was very trying one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very trying, but it was good because you just have yourself. I was trying to adjust with the Nigerian time and the Canadian time. So I was waking pretty early.
Oh yeah, Nigeria's in the future. Yep.
Yeah, I was waking pretty early, like 4, 3. And my day starts then, and by 7 p.m. Canadian time, I'm already wrapping up for the day. So it was just some few adjustments, but it was good.
Holy shit. And what was the reason behind the move though?
So it was just basically immigration. I wanted to leave Nigeria, start families, get myself together, and just I've been in Nigeria literally all my life. So coming out of Nigeria and starting something different was one of the reasons.
And why Canada?
Canada presented the opportunity, so I had to just go for it.
Right. So you came like a permanent resident?
Yes,
Which makes it so much easier.
exactly.
So and then when you got to Nova Scotia, you just moved into a place you had already planned, or?
Yes, so before I make any decision, I always try to reach out just reach out as much as I can. So I reached out to someone that knew someone that knew someone that had an Airbnb that she wanted to start. And I was like, housing crisis has always been there. So I was like, let's just give it a try. And we spoke, and he was like, okay, you all should come and spend the first 1 month here. If it's okay for you, you can we might consider those you paying month to month.
Right.
So we literally stayed in the Airbnb place we landed for 1 year.
Oh my gosh.
So we just came with our clothes and everything was furnished already. So we were just literally saying, shout out to the host then. He
Right.
came
What
through.
part of town was that?
It was Spryfield.
Oh, okay.
That was fair. At Sambro Road, Old Sambro Road. It was fair. It was
Did
cool.
you get a job right away, or?
Yeah, speaking about the job, I started interviewing back in Lagos.
Oh, okay.
For, can I mention the bank name? Nah, I don't want to give them free promo now. I'm doing that shit. So it was a bank. They have the red logo, so anybody can find out. So I interviewed there. I sent in my resume, and they scheduled me for the first interview. I was back home in Nigeria doing that interview. So so this was what was happening. I had the whole thing playing all along. So when everybody leaves the office back home in Nigeria, because my house was not far from the office in Lekki, I lived in the island, I would just stay back at the office and do the interview with them at 5 p.m., 6 p.m. So it was only the cleaner that was in the office seeing that they don't think that I was always staying down to the end of business. I wasn't pressured to go home. I had all those cooking. So I had the first stage of interview and they were like, good. I told them I'm coming to Canada in some couple of weeks. I'm just trying to wrap up. And they were okay, that once you land in Canada, send us an email so we'll schedule you, we'll book you in for the second stage of interview, because it was still going to be online. Nobody was doing physical interview.
Right.
So I landed here. Previously, before that, I've been doing some interviews back in Nigeria.
Different companies.
And most of them I didn't, because as a new immigrant you think that, hey, let me just get something. If it's bad, let me just get something. But I didn't have a clear path of what I wanted at that point, because I was working in a bank in Nigeria. We do basically investments, loans and investments. So I was like, let's try something out. Let's try something different. And I was just applying, just throwing out general resume to everywhere, getting calls, both the ones that will not pay salary, both the ones that are sent commission. So I was just like, let me just keep getting the interview. So one thing I told myself was, the more interview you keep doing, you keep building yourself.
Right.
Your confidence level keeps improving.
Yep.
Your communication keeps improving. You start getting confident. You don't start. There's that place you get to whereby you know what to expect when they throw the first question, because I've not spoken to Canadians at that time, so those were where I was just building confidence from and just leveraging it on it. So it was very good. And I had the second stage of interview, and I resumed the next month.
Oh wow! In the same bank or a different one?
The same bank.
Oh, okay. And
I got to offers from 2 banks though, but I just took that one.
What was the deciding factor between the two?
Nothing really. I just felt like I was just, that one was coming from a recruitment agency. The other one was coming directly from the bank.
Oh, so the other one you have to, yeah.
So I was just weighing options, that a recruitment agency, what if they cancel the contract?
Yep.
If I knew better, I would pick that one though. But
why?
Because there were a lot of stuff I got to figure out much later.
Like what?
Like, at the end of the day, that one was more remote. The other one was asking me to be coming down to the office once a while.
So you prefer remote?
Yeah. So at that point, I was not looking at it. But at the end of the day, and I found out that it's both what matters is the experience, So it was to the experience. I needed to get some corporate experience from the bank here.
Right.
Leverage on it, build more. So either way, it's a plan out well.
Okay. So, and I guess, gradually life opened up and everything. When did you move to Canada? Like what month of
April.
the year? April. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's smart. You didn't come right in winter though. So.
I didn't come right in winter.
But I gotta ask, how was the first winter?
They had power outage. Yeah.
What?
So we had power outage, and
goddamn.
And what was funny about the whole, it was cold.
Yep.
It was cold at that part. It was very cold at that point. And I also felt like this is the winter. Okay, we had the winter boots. We had to shovel
I
snow.
fucking hate shoveling.
So I'm like, okay, is there more to this?
Right.
And we go out. You're trying to drive, and your tires are screaming. And I'm like, I think the day I got scared was I was driving one day on that Dumbrak road. If you know,
Right.
yeah, and I was trying to trying to match the clothes, and the brake was just going. I'm like, no, this is not happening to me. So apparently, it was frozen.
Oh my gosh!
And I didn't know.
Holy shit!
I didn't know. I was like, okay, this is a very, very, very bad experience. So and I learned that you need to leave the car running and just keep matching that brake, like let it pump some.
That is insane. Oh my
I
god!
didn't know. Like
Wow.
I just smashed it and it's. I'm like, this is not good. And I wasn't speeding that much, and I was like, this is a highway. It could have been worse.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
So those were those kind of early experiences I got to experience. It was cold. You have to stay with the heat on every time, and sometimes it's hot and you need some cold air too. So trying to strike that balance doesn't really work sometimes. But I think everybody needs to experience it. My experience was very different.
Right.
And I was still going out during winter. And there's this winter depression they told me about, which I experienced it because everybody's literally at home and nobody's going anywhere. And it's looking like business as usual because nobody's going anywhere. And you're just stuck with your phone, Netflix. I think we have a routine in Canada when it comes to that point.
Yeah, everyone is just in the house.
It's just in the house, your phone. Something is watching on Netflix, something is watching on Prime.
Everybody releases a new show.
Everybody releases a new show. You've caught up almost all the whole shows going on TV. So it and you don't have your work, and I think it's just a pattern that goes like rinse and repeats kind of thing.
So do you have a favorite season now? If you had to pick one of the 4?
I think I'll pick summer.
Why summer?
I don't know, because this summer I won't say I've spent Saturday and Sunday alone in the house. Like I've been out every time.
Right.
Like it's always one house party. It's either we're chilling somewhere. It's either we are helping someone in the store, like a tent, a gazebo in the patio, and we are there till like 2 a.m. in the morning. And just something to just get us out of the house. It's either the friends just say, "Oh, what are we doing this Saturday? Let's grill." I go and get the beef. You get the fish. We go get drink, and before you know, we just have people come around because that's just the only way we can just make the best of what we have,
Yeah, no, that is true. Okay, so you got the job, you're settled now. Which one came first, modeling or acting?
I think acting. I think modeling. They both came at the same time.
Oh, okay. How did it start?
So I was just thinking. I started keeping this dread back in Nigeria.
Yeah.
My manager didn't like it, and they were like,
at the bank.
Yeah, in Nigeria. Yeah.
Why is an issue?
Yeah, they just came and told me, okay, something happened. It wasn't this full, and something happened. We had a general meeting. Then I didn't tell them I was leaving the country.
Okay.
So I was just playing the solo.
Let's see.
Just looking at the time that the flight has been booked already. And they came one day and they're like, they just gathered me in the staff in the office and like, let me say how they said, Madam won't be happy with the way you're keeping your hair. She won't tell you, but I think you should cut this your hair. I'm like, my face is what is selling. I'm selling, doing my transactions. Why are you guys bothered about the hair? So in the morning, I went during office working period. I went to the barber shop down on the mainland. From Lekki. I went there. I casually dressed and everything. Went there, now cut my hair.
Holy shit.
So I now looked a bit different. And I came, because I'm like, since you guys want to complain about my hair. So the whole day is close to the barbing store. So I went to Bagada. My barber is there, did everything. I bought a lot of time. I was just waiting 3. Let's wait to 4. We finished at 4. And I came back. You look different. Yeah, I didn't do anything on that day.
Yeah.
And then I just wanted to leave my hair. I wasn't just into let my brain and my face be doing the talking. Just leave everything. I do good. I dress well. I'm fine. I'm good and everything. So I just thought about it that I think I could give this a try. I did some couple of acting, not really couple of acting. I just jumped on. Opportunity presented itself to me, and I just jumped on it. It was a series on African magic called the the brethren. It was an African Magic. I usually provide.
This was back in Lagos.
This is back in Lagos. I usually provide cars for them when they need cars because I sell cars there and I provide cars for them. And somebody was supposed to take it.
Wait. You worked in the bank. Were you also doing the car selling on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
side?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, what do I do? I think I should. I was just, they were just like, Joe, we need some cars. We need like 2 SUVs and 2 saloon cars. Preferably, we're looking for a Camry 2016. We're looking for a RX 2016. I can have
How
it.
does that work? So do they rent it?
Yeah, they rent it.
Oh, okay.
They rent it. So I have friends that have car shops. I'm like, yo, I need the car. I'll pay the driver. Somebody will drive it. They pay for the gas. They bring it down. Or sometimes if I'm in the office, I just join them, take the car there. And they had a scene one day and the person didn't show up. And they're like, I think you can go for it. And I arranged for it.
What was the scene?
So it was to be a driver and be an informant at the same time. And it had like 4 scenes.
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
4 scenes was a lot. And they told me, hope you'll be around for the next. I said, yes, of course. So once I finish in the office in Ikoyi, then I will go down there. They just tell me you're shooting for, but we used to shoot very late because movie production takes very well time. So they were shooting one scene one day at 11:30.
Wow.
Imagine coming from the
But
office.
inside though.
Outside in the garage.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and they needed you to just stay and they needed you to say a couple of words to the lead role. And you just need to say that twice or 3 times and your scene is done. And you had to wait for that time. So I just felt like I could give it a shot. So I signed up with an agency here. I felt, okay, let me just try it out. And we have the film industry is going in Halifax now, and I signed up with this agency that gives throw out more options for people to come in to do background acting and all that stuff. Hennessy casting, yeah. So I gave that a shot too. I got to do background acting for Washington Black.
That is big.
I did Washington Black.
Where did they shoot it?
So I went to Lunenburg. So they came, paid the hotel I stayed for 7 or 8 days, yeah.
God damn.
So there was a car to pick me up every morning and bring me up if I had the option to go. Sometimes I would go and come back. The car would bring me back to the house. I was like, okay, this is
yeah, I know. I remember that. So I had a couple of friends that work on that show, and I remember it very well because they had a good budget. People were really happy working on Washington
the budget
Black.
was shoot there, and the check was coming. I'm like, this is good. And we just did it, and gradually, other stuff started coming. Like Sullivan Crossing came in. Trailer Park Boys came in too, and I started doing some shoots with photographers. We have pretty nice photographers in Halifax, and I was like, let's just do some collaborative shoots and just take pictures for fun. I have the clothes, I have the looks. Let's take pictures. So,
what do you like about the film and the modeling thing?
What I like about it, I just like the fact that it puts you out there, and you just you're seeing people, you're learning from it. Anything that gets me interacting with people is fun for me.
Why?
I just because that's how I build. As in, I don't know. Maybe the level I've gotten to now, I feel is because I had to talk my way there.
Oh, so like
building network and trying to see what the next opportunity will be. Because when I started doing the background acting, someone said, Joe, you can do commercials now. That was how commercials started springing up.
So let's talk about commercials. How did which one was the first one? Have you done anything for Kent? Because those niggas.
I didn't do for Kent.
Okay.
I didn't do for Kent. They were asking, they wanted the blend of both worlds for a family shoot, and I wasn't striking that look. I think because of my dread, sometimes it streamlines me. I've heard from the back friend that because of my dreads, so they tried to find a way to balance. So I didn't want to go more into those conversations. I had it, and the person was like a good director, told me this is what happened, and I'm like, okay, it's fine, but I'm not cutting it anyway. So
because
the only place I cut all my beards was Washington Black. I shaved up everything, like I was looking like those old 90s, like with the rag colts, horse riding, everything looking so. I saw myself like, Jesus, this is cool. I had the beards off and everything, but it was fun.
I mean, yeah, beard. I was gonna ask, so if there's a production that comes in, and then they say this role is great for you, but you have to cut your locks.
I'll cut it.
You will cut it.
I'll cut it because It said it's great for me and it aligns with what I want. And my
Right.
management signs off on it. Who knows?
So right now, I mean, I know you're doing the thing with Hennessy casting, but who else are you working with? Anyone else?
So Hennessy Casting throws out jobs every day, but
Right.
I think because of my regular 9 to 5 has been making me very busy to go for this shoot. And even when they send me private emails saying, I think you should apply for this, and because it's coming, they don't give me like a time, like they don't give me notice ahead.
Oh, it's like come tomorrow.
It's like telling me you have a shoot for Monday and telling me Sunday evening.
Yeah.
I can't fake calling sick every time because I don't know. The problem with most of these gigs is that if they don't get it done that day, because you've started it, you need to finish it.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's why they used to ask that there might be an extension. And the last when I was doing this other project, I could just take out my vacation days and just do it. It's for the hustle, man. Use my vacation day, I don't mind. Maybe imagine having 8 days out of your vacation day. That's a lot. And we are working in those periods. So I always want to make sure it's long. So if I'm getting a BG role, no offense, background acting, I feel I've done a lot of background acting and I'm trying to see if I can switch it up a bit. And I do a lot of auditions. Like if you check my phone, I record a lot of videos and send to NSC like every minute.
So, what are some of the roles you've auditioned for?
So there was this movie they're working on that looks like the Toy Story kind of movie.
Oh.
I auditioned for one of them, and other commercials that just come out, like this mental health commercial I did with Nova Scotia government. I was just
I saw. Yeah, let's talk about that one.
So I was just playing around it, and I was like, "Oh, you fit the role." Just told me come around. 1 hour, easy peasy. That's why I like this kind of one. 1 hour, my lunch break, I would just go.
Yeah, where did you shoot?
In someone's house in Bedford.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just come in. And the way they're waiting for you, like you're the celeb, you're like, we're expecting someone at 3 p.m. I'm like, I'm done with someone. I'm not expecting anybody different. But it was fun. I just go. That day I was like, oh, commercial, no problem. I did another one with the Nova Scotia government. I did another one with the law firm McGill. Yeah, there's a law firm in Canada too. I did for. The same production guys knew me, so they said that guy fits it. So when I was showing them the outfit, they said, wear that blue sweatshirt you keep wearing. So if you notice both commercials, like it's the same different shirt, but the sweatshirt is the same blue. They were like, there's something about. I'm like, oh, this blue sweatshirt was
That's your lucky shirt.
I was my lucky shirt.
Is it a gift from someone or you got it?
I bought it myself.
Okay,
I bought the blue and black because I like blue. Blue is like my best color, favorite color. So I was like, okay, let's give it a shot. And who knows? Then that was just it. And I just keep building from it. So when I see some, unlike before, I would just apply, and they would tell me. But now,
so you're being more strategic.
I'm more strategic now. I'm looking at how long is this project going to be? You know, and I don't blame them too because they are working on a tight schedule too before the weather changes. Because when it gets winter, they slow down production. I have to be considerate about that.
Right.
And they don't shoot weekend.
Yeah.
That's something they need to. I think they need to.
I think, but you kind of have to understand also on their own. It's like you are working at a bank. That is their bank, right? You don't want to work on the bank on Saturday.
Exactly. So that's what I'm just saying. Like, when we were doing Washington Black, they were shooting on Saturday.
Again, they have a lot of money now. So they have a lot of money.
We were shooting on Saturday. We were shooting on Saturday, even down to like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Who mind?
They have money. There's also, I mean, you have to consider.
I have to consider because literally everyone. I might be speaking for some other. I may not just speak for myself only because most people come in there have their 9 to 5.
They do. I mean, you kind of have to have a 9 to 5 because you have to pay your rent, mortgage, or whatever.
Exactly.
For your car, gas is expensive because you need to drive to the audition anyway and pay your phone bill because you have to shoot your
stuff.
So you do need that 9 to 5, but like it's so like with the acting, is it? I guess what do you like about it?
Just get to express myself basically. Like there's nothing really. I just like taking on new things. It's a new opportunity that came. I'm like, I can do it. I can do it. If he can do it, I can try it.
Okay.
That's it. Not
So,
like I slept and wake up. Nah,
like,
nah. Fuck
I
that.
dreamt I was acting and won an
If
Oscar.
it pays the bills, it's
Yeah.
good. You can do it.
And so was the mental health thing the last thing you worked on?
No, so mental health was the first one, but you know how it works in the government before they sign off on stuff.
Right.
They're going back and forth. It wasn't my business. I've done my part. I've gotten paid already. Well, if you like, release it in 10 years, it's a premium. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh, this came out well. Like I was trying to put myself in this state. Like I saw the message you were trying to pass with that advert because I was in a very depressing state when I did that shoot. So
Was it winter?
no,
Oh, okay.
it was a regular day. I had
So what had you so down?
I was down, had something at work that had to do with work. I was so down that day. I just like, there's a shoot to do. They made us go. So that mood, they didn't want a bubbling Joel. Like the other commercial you saw, I was smiling, happy. This was a mental. I'm like, yeah, speak up. So it's like the universe worked in that because the directors and the guys said, you know what to do when you're on set. You know, I don't waste their time. Because I know when they say they have to tell this person, can you do this like this? Can you do this? And it's a lot of problem, you know? So I think those are the things that I watch a lot of movies. I do YouTube, I listen to podcasts, and I try to see how people get into set, how people get the reading. We had the first conversation with the production manager, and he told me this is what we're trying to express. We're trying to express someone that works in IT. I was working in that space too. Someone that is tired, stressed out, has a lot going. As I was saying, I was just putting myself in that mood. That was it. That was just it. And that came out very well. I love it.
So do you see a situation where you might do stuff behind the camera, like write, direct?
Now for now, I used to work in church then. I used to handle the camera back then. That was something I loved doing though, sorry. That was something I loved doing, but I don't know. Maybe opportunity didn't present itself. Maybe work started changing, the dynamics started changing. I think if I had gotten more opportunity to have that, like something to continue back here, that would have been good, you know. But I'm not writing that off. It's too possible because everything I used to tell myself, as long as there's life, there's hope, and you want to learn, you can always get something.
Yeah. Okay, so I said camera. How about like writing and directing?
No,
No?
that's not.
Why not?
I don't know. It's not my thing.
Fair
Maybe you can
enough.
write and just read it to me and let me put myself in that state.
You just want to be the actor. Okay, so I know you were talking about like how kind of your real life and the way you were feeling that day helped with the set and the shoot for the mental health thing. But say it's a day where you're not like you're bubbly, but you have to get into that stage. What are things you do to have to get yourself into the character you have to portray in front of the camera?
It's just the same approach I take with my regular job. Like the job is the job. Do you understand? So it's just my own work ethics. Like I feel it's pain, right?
Right. This is what I need to do.
I need to do this. It's just the way I'm programmed. Like if you are being paid to do something, see that something that if you don't do it well, it messes up with the other guys' jobs, you know.
Right.
So I try as much as possible to understand that a lot of things are hanging on this. Imagine, okay, I come for a shoot now, the makeup artist is there, production is there, sponsors are there, watching in one room, and I'm making it a shit. To get those guys to come back again is going to cost them money. And we stay in Canada where people get paid per hour. So why do you make their jobs hard and write yourself out of the industry? Because it's a small space.
They were like, that one, nah. No. We have to shoot it 5 times before we get one line. So, oh my God, talking about that, I remember my friends, they went to shoot, and it wasn't even like a film. I think it was even an interview. And they were like, they couldn't get the guy. Like, when the camera is off, the guy is talking. When the camera comes on,
and that's hard because you're literally wasting everybody's time.
Yes. The camera came on and the person froze. Yeah. Okay, so you talked about like, you know, in summer, you love summer doing barbecue and stuff, but between work, the modeling, the acting, everything you have to do, What are some ways that you relax?
Relax. I watch TV.
What shows do you even like now?
Shows. Is there any particular one? You know, anything that comes on Netflix now, we just have to jump on them. Not really. I feel like we are just these shows are just thrown on us, and we don't have no
It's
choice
like,
than to
oh, this is a new one. Okay, I'll
like
watch.
you. There was a day I had to watch Prison Break from season 1 back to season 8, season 6. Like, there's nothing else. So, like,
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
if I come back today, which is where I stop, I start again, do 3 hours, go to bed, come back again. Before you know, I've finished 20 episodes already. And there are some series you're just taking it one step at, and you know, our attention span these days is so short. It's so small,
Yeah.
and you're watching some movie, you're asking, where's this? Where's the writer? Where are we going with this movie? Especially most of this Nollywood movie coming on Netflix now. No offense to anybody, but I just feel like there's just a lot of stuff coming in, and without you don't even know it. You just feel that you spent an hour watching rubbish. You know?
Are you sure you don't want to write that direct?
No, I
Cause,
don't
cause
want to.
like if you're, you know what? I feel to me, I think when you see someone doing something wrong, it's like bring it. I'll do it myself.
No, I don't want to rubbish anybody because creativity is not brains. But I just
Fair
feel like
enough. Yeah.
I just feel like we're not foolish. We're not stupid now. So you can't just. I rather want to watch a skit
Yes.
because these days I can literally watch a skit that I know they're making a fool of me and they're making a fool of themselves and be entertained. Now watch something that where are you going with this? Like, what do you want us to gain?
Okay, I know what I'm gonna ask. You mentioned Prison Break. What are shows like from all time that you've watched that you enjoyed?
Shows apart from that one. I think I've watched the Expendables down to the new one that they just dropped.
Oh, I've not. How was the new one?
Just there. That one was just. I think it was just there. I think I've seen a couple of. I'm the kind of person that can go back to a movie that I've seen last year just to stay
Right.
afresh, just to watch it and just get that buzz.
I watched The Fast X. Did you watch that
Oh,
one?
you see the Fast X. You know when you've seen the Fast X and you've seen everything and you're like, they should have stopped here or they shouldn't have gone far. But you remember that
They went to space.
I remember that a lot of people money is involved. So
Yeah.
and you just look, I'm like, whatever, because we don't have much to do apart from work and family. It's just to watch what we have, you know. And how many times you want to hang out more often, you know. So it's just sometimes it might just be an old show. Sometimes I like to watch like some sport commentary just to keep myself busy. Sometimes I just want a podcast playing in the background and I'm
Right,
watching.
and it just
I just want to turn on something and let me just be hearing that subtle noise and just hear what they're saying. So that's
wow. Okay. Man, I'm having so much fun talking to you, but I know you have a lot of things planned for the day. So I'm gonna let you go with this one though. You've moved to Canada, spent a couple of years now here. And if someone watching and they're thinking of moving, like what are some things you'd want them to know to kind of like prep for moving on, living in Canada?
um for different purposes. Like
Fair enough.
it depends on what you're coming here to do. If you come in here as a student, it's a different trajectory for you. If you come here as a permanent resident, it's a different trajectory for you. So I always say this to my friends, like in as much as we go out with you, remember your why, remember what brought you here, remember that you just have to get it done. Like there's just a lot of people who are waiting on you to succeed, and you really have to. And I keep an open mind, and also don't be scared to take on new challenges. Like I look at myself and I tell myself, I think I don't tell myself I'm doing well or not, but I look at where I've come in, I'm like, oh boy, you've done a lot in a couple of 2 years. And I might not be, a lot of people have stayed in this country for more than 10 years, 5 years, but I look at where I am now, I'm looking at that fire in me that wants more, the hunger to be better than where I am now. So that's just it. Even in your place of work, you have to be outstanding. Nigeria, we were limited because we had to be everybody's friend for us to get some certain things. But here, where you know your work speaks for you, so anything that gives you class, anything that makes you just stand out, just do it. If you have to do some courses to make you stand out, do it. If you're here for school, focus on the school. I understand that it's going to be there's a lot of bills piling up, but remember the future goal while you're here. You're going to get this done at the end. You're not going to be in school forever. So because you remember what brought you here, you get that done, everything start aligning for you. So that's, to me, it's like what everybody should have in the back of them. Remember where you're coming from. It might not be, some people come from rich homes, and I know where I'm coming from. I'm trying to change that scope and mentality of it has to be different. It has to, when it gets to me, it has to be different. So that's just that mentality that gets me going. Surround yourself with people that are very positive minded. Like, I kind of emphasize that the kind of friends you meet when you land in Canada has an effect on you. That for a fact. I've learned that in a hard way. I've learned that. I've seen that happen. I was very happy. I knew the people I was going to hang around with. So there are a lot of people I met when I landed. In the first 6 to 5 months, we stopped talking. We go apart. We're not aligning in the same place. And I didn't want the situation, because I want to see you succeed. I want to see you succeed. That's why we're here. But some people are of that mentality. You have to be on the same level with them. They don't want you to grow, and you can't do more than the information you don't have. So if you stay in a place whereby the information they're telling you that it's only you have to work here to get here, and you don't know that you can branch out of there to be successful. Do you understand my point? So those kind of things is what you have to put into consideration for someone coming in. What the kind of information you're taking, even as a student, even as a PR person. So you don't say, you are here, this person was doing it. No, I understand that we like to do this competition of everything, but fuck that. Sorry for my word. But what I think is, you are adult, you know what is good and what is bad. So you can always ask around, know the kind of people you talk. Sometimes I will have to meet you to meet that next person. Maybe we are not vibing on the same level. Maybe I feel like that person is saying what I want to hear. I will just be your friend to meet the next person. Because that's how life was. Because I've seen here that having the right people just putting referrals for you, people just saying that guy is good, I feel he can deliver. They put you in. It's not juju. It will work. So that's just what I think. Be open-minded, be ready to meet people, and be ready to take in the right advice. Not every advice is a good advice.
Fair enough.
Period.
Wow, Joel, thank you for sharing that nugget of knowledge, and thank you for coming to the podcast today.
Yep, we'll be here soon again.
Yes, so.